Parts mentioned in this video can be found at partspeople.com or at the link in the description below. Unsnap the connector bezel. Remove the two screws. Remove the bottom screws. Remove the bottom cover. Remove the battery screws. Unplug the battery. Unplug the CMOS battery. Remove the optical drive screws. Remove the optical drive. Unplug the fan. Remove the two fan screws. Remove the fan. Loosen the 7 heatsink screws. Remove the heatsink. Separate the clips and remove the memory. Repeat the process for the second memory stick. Remove the hard drive screws. Lift the hard drive and unplug the connector. Unplug the wireless antenna cable. Loosen the screw and remove the wireless card. Unplug the power button cable. Remove the power button screws. Unplug the camera cable. Unplug the audio circuit board cable. Unplug the keyboard cable. Unplug the touchpad cable. Unplug the keyboard backlight cable. Unplug the display cable. Remove the 5 motherboard screws. Carefully lift the motherboard and turn it over. Unplug the battery indicator light. Unplug the hard drive connector cable. Loosen the display cables. Remove the bottom display hinge screws. Remove the back display hinge screws. Separate the display from the palm rest. Feed the display cables through the palm rest. Replace the 2 back hinge screws. Close the display and turn the laptop over. Replace the 4 bottom hinge screws. Reroute the display cables. Plug in the hard drive connector cable. Plug in the battery indicator light. Replace the 5 motherboard screws. Plug in the display cable. Plug in the keyboard backlight cable. Plug in the touchpad cable. Plug in the keyboard cable. Plug in the audio circuit board cable. Plug in the camera cable. Replace the 2 screws. Plug in the power button cable. Replace the wireless card and secure with the screw. Plug in the antenna cables. Plug in the hard drive. Replace the hard drive screws. Place the memory into the slot at a 45-degree angle and press down while clipping it into place. Repeat the process for the second memory stick. Cleaning the CPU and heatsink and reapplying new thermal pads or paste is recommended before reinstallation. Replace the heatsink. Tighten the 7 heatsink screws in the order listed on the heatsink. Replace the fan. Secure the fan with the 2 screws. Plug in the fan. Replace the optical drive. Replace the 4 optical drive screws. Plug in the CMOS battery. Plug in the battery. Replace the battery screws. Replace the bottom cover. Replace the bottom cover screws. Replace the 2 screws. Snap on the connector bezel.